So you're thinking about moving to Simpsonville, South Carolina, and you want to know what it's truly like to live here before you move here. I get it. Well, I've lived here for 20 years and I can give you the behind the scenes of what it really looks like to live in Simpsonville, South Carolina, where we go eat, where we shop, what we do for fun. I'm going to break it all down in this video, so stay tuned. So if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about the Greenville area and places like Simpsonville where we are today, then make sure you hit subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about everything wonderful in the upstate. I'm Tracy Roberts with the Atlas Home Team, and we want to help you have a smooth transition to the upstate. So whether it's a month from now or a year from now, make sure that you reach out to us. We'd love to help you have a smooth transition. So where exactly is Simpsonville? That's probably where I should start, because that's probably important to you, right? It's between Malden and Fountain Inn off of 385. That's basically the best way to describe it. There's separate sections of Simpsonville. They are connected and they're divided up through Main Street of Simpsonville, where I'm at right now in the downtown area. The two parts are 29680, the zip code, and 29681. The difference in those are the 80 is Fairview Roadside, is how we would say as locals, or the Five Forks side, which is 29681. They're vastly different on a few things. The 80 has more grocery stores, it has more things to do, but it is only a 10-minute drive to get to that side of Simpsonville, so it's not that big of a deal. You're gonna have Home Depot, you're gonna have Lowe's, you're gonna have everything like that right off of 385 on the 29680 side. On the 29681 side, which is Five Forks, there are less grocery stores. We have Lowe's grocery store over there, which is lots of local farmer type stuff. It's a full like grocery store, don't get me wrong, though it's going to have more local stuff to it too. It does have Food Lion. It does have, at the front of it, it has Sprouts, which is more like a Earth Fare type place, or a smaller Whole Foods, or Fresh Market. Fresh Market is right down the street from it. It's not technically Simpsonville, but it's maybe a mile and a half out of it, so you do have that as well. There's some really cool things about it. The fact that it only has 26,000 people in its population means we still have a lot of room for growth. There's still a lot of land left to be purchased in Simpsonville in both sections of it. Now, it is a little expensive as influxes happen. Where more people come, the rising prices happen, and there's nothing really you can do about that other than get in early. On the 81 side, you have a library, you have the Mesa Soccer field. We have all kinds of stuff on this side, on that side of town. On the 80 side, you're going to have the Imax Theater, the Amphitheater from Heritage Park. Though just understand, they're only 10 minutes from each other, so it's not that drastically different when it comes to getting to each other. They're just a different feel also. It's a vibe over in Five Forks that's different than Fairview Road, and vice versa. Our family absolutely loves living in Simpsonville. We've lived here for over 20 years, and one of the things about that for us is the things that we get to do. Right now I'm standing at the amphitheater at Heritage Park. Heritage Park is one of the locations. There's so much to do for so many different types of families. While there's different baseball fields, there's batting cages, there's 2 different age brackets of playgrounds for them to play in, and there's lavatories for you to use, so you don't have to figure that all out. There's different pavilions that you can rent out for birthday parties or events for different things. There's even a train for the little ones. It's a steam train that's working, and you get to plan that out. Where I'm standing right now is the amphitheater. There's lots of different concerts that are held here in all genres, okay? So you can have Creed, we have Dierks Bentley coming. And we love going to different concerts at various different genres. We like all different types of music, right? So for us, it means a lot. They also have the fireworks here. Right now they're setting up for the fair. On Thursdays in May and June, they have this all blocked off for food trucks and a rodeo and all kinds of different stuff. When you think of this area, you might as well just say that you're going to spend the day here through the walking trails and everything it has to offer. I absolutely love this location. Other things in our area is Discovery Island Water Park, which is one of the 3 water parks in Greenville County. Greenville County has done an amazing job to give us things to do with our children. There's lots of parks for them to play in. There's also the Imax Theater. While yes, there's different movie theaters in our area, we have the Imax Theater, so it's kind of cool. So when there's a movie that comes out and you want to see it and you want to feel like you're right in the movie, you can get to go to the Imax Theater. And it has lots of different theaters in it. It's not like a 2 or 3 movie spot. You have lots of different movies you can see. And so we love that. And there is Mesa Soccer. There is lots of different things that you can do here. The library system. It's a great place if you are single or if you're like downsizing because you're older and you want to have walking trails and things like that, or things to do. It's just for everybody. Many of us live in Simpsonville because of the schools. I'm staying at Bethel Elementary where both of our children went. So we have 2 totally different children. One is autistic and one is not autistic, and they both thrived in this elementary school. So the special needs program with Becky Poole was phenomenal. Tillman, our son, he went to the regular classes and he excelled through the gifted and talented program. He's now going to graduate high school in the next year, and he's got a 4.86 GPA. So I think they set them up for a pretty good success record, right? And there's lots of other schools and why people live here in Simpsonville. You'll want to check them out in greatschools.com or greatschools.org and niche.com. Other schools like Bell's Crossing is great if you want to live on that side. If you're wanting to be right here, this one feeds into Malden Middle School, which then rolls into Malden High School. It also does Hillcrest Middle and Hillcrest High School. You also have the opportunity, if you're looking at Oakview Elementary, which is on the other side of Simpsonville, which is another great school to choose from. Again, if you want to figure out the best schools for your children, you're going to want to look at those sites. Other people have asked me at times, and I haven't sent my children there, and yet I know a good bit about it. It would be a private school called Southside Christian. Southside Christian is pretty cool because it starts from elementary school, middle school, and high school. It has a Christian atmosphere, and a lot of parents have sent their children there and they love it. It is actually in Simpsonville, so it's not a long commute. Other private schools are a little bit longer of a commute if you live in Simpsonville. So if you're looking for a private school, you want to make sure that you're using Southside Christian. And there are some elementary schools that are private schools here too, like Abiding Peace and several others that you may want to look into. But if you're wanting to have a good school system, I loved Bethel Elementary and I love the schools in Simpsonville, and that's why we chose to live here. Living in Simpsonville, you don't have to stress out about having to drive outside the area to get a great restaurant. You don't have to go to Greenville, you don't have to go to Malden or Greer, though you can, they're 15 to 20 minutes away. There's really not a major reason to, because you have Simpsonville right here with amazing restaurants. You have different ones like Stella's, Southern Bistro. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You have places like the Warehouse at Vaughn's where you can have multiple different restaurants in one spot for everybody in your party to pick different foods and everybody to be happy. Then you have the Sliced Pizza where I'm at right now on the rooftop, which is an amazing new thing. Different nights of the week they have it opened up and has lights and it has great ambiance. You can see everything below in the historic district of downtown. It has a bar area, so how can you go wrong with that? And you get to see the train. So the train that would go by, yes, it's an active train. So if you're thinking about moving here, think about it this way. If you don't sleep well through the night already, and the sound of a train whistle or something like that may keep you up, probably not the best thing to do right downtown Simpsonville. Maybe Five Forks or Fairview Road further down, but not downtown Simpsonville, okay? Just check that out. Then you have Authentique, which is a little bit to the left. That's an amazing creperie that has savory dishes and has sweet dishes. When I may have left a couple out, but I promise you'll love all the different restaurants here. And please understand, again, these are all local ones. So yes, you can have a chain restaurant, but chain restaurants are going to the normal palate, right? It's not gonna have a wow factor, it's just gonna cure your hunger. It's not gonna like make you excited about it, right? Sliced pizza is not that. Sliced pizza is amazing food that you're going to want to come back. Trust me, my son is the pickiest eater on the planet. This is one of his favorite places to come, and if he has any like choice of picking food, it's going to be here. You have places that you can choose from, like Milano's like pizzeria, but it's more than that. It has the best lasagna. Like the lasagna that is just something that you would think that came from Italy. It is so good. You definitely want to check out restaurants here before going outside of the area. Again, not really a reason to go downtown. Why would you want to drive 20 minutes when you can come over here, right? So if you're in Simpsonville, you want to check out these restaurants. So when we talk about living in Simpsonville, obviously we need to know where you're going to live, right? The neighborhoods and the type of homes you're going to live in. So there's starter homes in Simpsonville that range around $250,000 to $300,000, and then there's the luxury homes in either gated communities or not in a gated community, but that they're around $1 to $5 million. There's been the outlier out there for the $22 million, which isn't normal. Just trust me, that's not normal here. It was an elaborate home that was listed, and it has just amazing, right? And yet that's not where I'm living or most people are living. So in Simpsonville, you have gated neighborhoods like Southampton. You have cobblestone. It just depends on what amenities you're looking for inside that neighborhood. So Southampton, they're a larger price point. They're much higher. They do not have any real amenities. That is a gated community. When we say luxe, it's posh. The average price in there is probably $2 million or higher now. In the cobblestone community, you can still find them sometimes around $800,000 or $900,000 as the very low in that neighborhood. You can have them as high as $3 or $4 million in that neighborhood too, though. And those would be the ones that are elaborate and large with walkout basements, and the pool's already in the ground. In cobblestone, you're going to have the clubhouse, you're going to have the pool, the tennis courts, and all of that in that gated community. But you don't have to have $1 million house to have a gated community here in Simpsonville. You can be on the Fairview roadside in River Shoals, which is an average price point community that ranges from $350,000, $300,000 all the way up to about $500,000, just depending on the size of the home and the lot size. That is a really cool neighborhood. It has a nice pool with a lazy river resort style pool. It is gated. There's different things you can do. The community in that neighborhood is really close knit. They have lots of different things to do in it, lots of festivals and things like that. So you can have that. There are other gated communities here if that's what you're looking for. And then there's lots of nice neighborhoods that are not gated. I'm at one right now. It's Holly Tree. Holly Tree is a non-gated community, a well-established. It's been here for a long time. Larger lots, older homes with mature, good bones. They have a golf course, a clubhouse. There's a pool. There's lots of different features inside this neighborhood. Now with the golf course and the clubhouse, you would have to have a membership for that, and I can put all the information in the links below of how to get that if that's something you're looking for. But you can have a golf course community in Simpsonville to live in. There's other neighborhoods that do not have a gate, that do not have a golf course, and that are still awesome and have amenities. Now with amenities, you're gonna have an HOA. Oh no, don't kill me, I said HOA. Some people don't love HOAs, and that's totally fine. So it's just about a preference. But just understand, if you're gonna want amenities, you're gonna have to have an HOA, because people aren't going to be paying for the fee to keep up a pool unless there's something in writing that says they have to. And when you have something in writing that says you have to, you're also going to have other things called covenants inside there and the restrictions inside there that are going to keep you in the straight and narrow, right? So don't come for me in the comments about the HOA. I understand that's not what everybody loves. There are neighborhoods that do not have an HOA here, and you can also find homes in Simpsonville that are not in a neighborhood at all, that are on land. And you can still find land here that you can have a home built if you don't want to deal with any of that and you want to specifically exactly what you're looking for. So when you're looking for a neighborhood here, there are plenty of options for you in Simpsonville, South Carolina. I want to make sure I give you a great picture of what Simpsonville looks like to live here. So a lot of people know that there's mountains locally and all of that. Simpsonville's fresh out of them. We have mostly flat land. We have a little bit of rolling lots. We don't have drastic steep lots. We don't have any mountain views. You're gonna go 15 minutes, maybe you're driving to work, you're gonna see the mountains in the distance. The cool thing about it for me, and not for everybody, I like living in Simpsonville because I like that it's flat. I like a level lot for my house. I don't want to have steep driveways. I don't want to deal with all of that. I don't want to have, if they're saying that there's going to be snow, like Travelers Rest, if they say there's going to be snow, they're getting it. If they say there's a chance of snow for us in Greenville County, we're probably not going to get it. And if we do, it's going to be a little tread. So I like that, but I want to make sure when you're thinking Greenville County and you're thinking, I like mountains and all of that, we need to help you find a house that is either Traveler's Rest, the Blue Ridge side of Greer, things like that, because it's not going to be Simpsonville. Just want to make sure I tell you that. So there you have it. There's a glimpse of what it looks like to actually live in Simpsonville, South Carolina. If you have any thoughts on moving to Simpsonville or any of the areas of Greenville, South Carolina, make sure you reach out to me or one of my team. I'm Tracy Roberts. All my information is below, and we'd love to help you make a smooth transition to the upstate. If you want videos just like this, make sure you click that one for the next.